be doing, oh, I want to see my coffee. Going to be doing a live stream, obviously, because I'm going to be changing out the tuning pegs, or just this one on the Jackson, because the last time we did the live stream, you're not going to believe this. I was getting it all finished, and look what broke. No joke. The tuning peg actually broke there on the one screw part. So the company actually sent me a full set, and I don't need to replace the full set, but I am going to actually upgrade a 24-year-old guitar I've had forever, and yeah, it's got dust on it. Sorry, my hands are a little shaky today, but I'm actually going to be drilling holes in the back of this Ibanez, because this was a time when they weren't, people were experimenting with all kinds of cheaper ways not to put, even 7 screws in the damn tuning pegs. But I'm going to be drilling the holes in here. Even the broken one's going to go in the 7th string, but I'm going to put it actually here. You guys can't see that finger. I'm actually going to put it here on the the D string, since that pounds per pressure isn't as much as you would on a B string or whatnot. But I figured, since I've pretty much upgraded this to the fullest, even though I'm going to be I've already replaced the pickups once on this one, I'm going to be replacing these again, even though these are in pickups. I'm going to be replacing these with EMGs. I'm going to be going more vintage style with them. I believe my pickup guy Jason was telling me something like a 57 and 60 something. And as you can tell with this one, I got rid of all the, the colorful knobs and stuff like that, because they were actually starting to break from the weather out here, because we've had some crazy dew point and humidity stuff, and I've never had that problem before with the guitar where we do that. Now I have. So, and I forgot I had an extra brass input jack switch, or not input jack switch, sorry. I've been working on guitars all morning too. Pickup selector. So I put that on, and this actually does it a lot easier, because even with the plastic ones, it's like you had to put a little bit more force so it would turn. Not now. But to get it started, we're going to, for the tools we have, obviously, don't really need a screwdriver, because, well, I guess we do need a screwdriver, because, I've got to unscrew that one piece. But my trusty fix-it tools, got to have the router piece, so I can drill pilot holes into the Ibanez, because honestly the tuning stability really cleared up on this one when I installed the LiveShow nut on this, because you usually want the point of, you're going to have any problem with any guitar is going to be the nut, and obviously the second would be the straightening of the nut. But the tuning pegs also play a huge role too, and I always thought, what am I going to do with the tuning pegs? And now I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put these ones on it. But right now, because that one broke on me, we're just going to take, and I'll show you guys again, since some people just entered, that right there. After I finished putting all these on, I think it was like a week ago, I was wondering why the peg was moving around, and look where it broke. Right there. So you guys can imagine, I was pissed. Anyone would be, because I was trying out these tuning pegs as kind of like a thing for the company, because they're not a big name company or nothing like that, and I always like giving people the benefit of the doubt. So, it is what it is, but I'm glad they sent me out a whole new set, because now I don't have to pay for a whole new set for the Ibanez. So, give me one quick second while I go grab one more tool, because I need to get the 10 millimeter wrench, so I can actually take the pieces off. Take the nuts off. Alrighty. So I hope everyone's doing well. This is going to be a very long live stream, so first, if you guys have any questions, feel free. This thing weighs nothing. This Randy Rhodes. So, then use the trusty Ernie ball. Yeah, see, look at what it's doing. If it wasn't for the locking part, this thing would be shot to hell. I mean, these work great. If anyone, I'll put the link up if you guys are interested, because considering that locking tuners right now are at an all-time high, these are actually pretty reasonable. I'm replacing this one broken tuning peg with a new one, and then I'm going to be putting those older ones on my Ibanez 7-string, and once this actually gets locked down and it's tightened up, it doesn't move. So it's basically like I'm able to upgrade my other one without having to pay for the price. It's like 2 sets for the price of one. I actually have some people coming to me that don't actually know how to do any of this stuff, so that's why I try to make this channel for anyone that's a novice to, here you go, kitty. Anyone that's a novice to a full-on pro that can get down with this. All right, so that's off. All right, see, because it's not a completely wasted piece of gear. And technically, I wouldn't have to drill. I wouldn't have to drill the pilot hole in for this one. Come on. The only thing I have to really do to add to this guitar to consider it completely upgrade, I just got to get that EMG boost toggle switch for the gain, the extra 20 decibels boost. I want to get that, so I'm slowly getting there. I just got to get some more repairs coming in. Or because I just started a Patreon account, instead of having to rely on YouTube and stuff like that, once that gets up and going and whatnot, I'll be able to get it. All right, let me get... See, I just got to take that part off now. This should be, how do you make a 7 into a 6? And always, if I can make a recommendation, if you're ever going to put new hardware on that requires screws, always use the stock screws. Because this proved to me with this that the hardware that it comes with isn't strong enough. Just the broken one. Yeah, that's the broken one. Okay. Okay, got that off. I know this is a pretty tedious job. So what tunings does everyone use and what gauges? I'm always interested in finding out what subs and viewers use for I know a lot of people use super thickies nowadays. Oh, I shouldn't have cut that string. Now I have to. Oh, crap. I have to now string this damn instrument. Shit. Oh, well. Well, I guess that gives me something else to do. Damn, that was a 54, and I don't have 54s. Okay, well, just to show, now that's all you have to do. So that's on there. Now, moving on to the next one. Put this on the rack. All right, so this bad boy here. This is like very punk rock style of a guitar. I wear those clothes too, the best. They're a company out here in Phoenix. I've recorded villain recording and all that out here, and awesome dude. Byron's a cool guy. Got to have your Pantera sticker, so you know when you look down, you're like, yes, more gain. That's still the stock bridge. I'm looking to actually replace that with the bridge I have put on the Randy Rhodes because that bridge is really good. I had to actually reroute some of the pickup rings because they actually don't do a lot of good routing and all that and some of the stock stuff. And if people remember, this is when Court and Ibanez were building in the same factory. I don't know what Court's doing now, but here it all is. I got to actually clean the frets and all of that. I can make that part of this video too. But yeah, this is all it. And then just to prove where it is from, come on. Come on, you stupid camera. Of course, someone tries to call. But yeah, it's just, I'll just put it on the rack. It's easier for me to do that. But yeah, Se.2 built in April. Is that the 3rd? I believe it's number 735. So these aren't hard to take off by any means. It's just lining it up for the screws, for the pilot holes and all that. That's all it is. So this one won't take as long, but I have to restring this one too. I mean, I could stop the recording and whatnot for that, but I'm not going to because you guys stayed for the stream, and so that's what it's going to be. And I like to stay on 2 for as long as possible because I like to answer questions and all that fun stuff. Well, there it is. These are what are going on this one. Same with the Jackson. I personally use lighter frets. There we go. Put that right about there. Do it like this. This is a little easier. Dude, this is frustrating me. Sorry about this, guys. I'm getting there. I get really frustrated with this stuff sometimes. It's just not wanting to stay up. I'm just fighting it. Just please give me a minute. There we go. Okay. So, gotta detune it. and then go from there. Oh wait. Some of these tuning pegs are close to breaking anyway. There's a washer on this that's not holding. I've had to file these frets too because they were going. And that's a skill I'm glad I've taught myself how to do, because you honestly, if you're ever into wanting to do frets, go to a shop. Honestly, go to a shop and ask them if they have a couple beater guitars they don't mind selling to you. You know, make a deal. Say, hey, I'll buy 2 or 3. Just try to cut them a deal. See if you can walk out of there with like $200 with a couple beater guitars and all that. And tell them what you're doing it for. So you're just trying to learn how to do maintenance and all that shit. And they'll be happy to get rid of it, because there's some guitars they just can't get rid of. And then, you know, make one guitar where you just focus clearly on doing setups. One guitar where you focus mainly on electronics. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. I never had that luxury. I had to just go on my own. And, oh crap, it's on this. So, I mean, that's just what I tell people, because, I mean, nowadays guitars are a lot cheaper than they used to be. Like, a $200 guitar plays like $700, $800 to $1,000 guitars back in the day, and it blows my mind. That's why it's like when people tell me, "Oh, I need to have this guitar," why? You can get just the great of sound out of this guitar as you would that one. And people are so, I don't know, they've had their mind. They're so easily brainwashed into thinking the more money you spend on the guitar, the better. I mean, yeah, some stuff you'll have better products and shit on, like, you know, you'll have better, you know, like certain, like you might have better pickups on one guitar over another, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the guitar is better. You can always go out and just go buy the same pickups. All right, so the fretboard's in dire need of cleaning. Damn buttons. I really need to invest in a better stand. Okay, start taking these off, and then we still have the broken peg right here. And we have no choice to use the screws that came with the tuning pegs, because that's just kind of how it is. Okay, so I got one of my kitties down here by me. She's one of my helpers, if you want to call her that. She likes to attack the strings and then yells at me when I don't have more. So if you hear a mew, that is little Miss Lacey May. I do apologize for those technical difficulties there for a couple minutes. Had this phone forever, and it's done so much work for the YouTube channel and whatnot. And I got it invest into a computer next year because Windows 10 going down, and I really don't want to deal with Windows 11. Oh, yeah, there's that quality Ibanez stock. What do you want to call it? Tuning peg. Yeah, here we go, tuning peg. Ooh, it was leaving rust dust in there. Ooh, this one's locked in. There we go. Anyone listening to any new bands lately? Got any cool stuff you guys checking out? I know I'm still listening to a lot of the slam metal and all that. I can't get enough of that. That's a killer genre of metal. Like when I go back and try to listen to like stuff like Korn or whatever, I can't do it. It's not heavy enough. It sounds too much like a. I'm gonna get shit for it, but it sounds too like Barry Manilow style stuff. It's too soft metal for me. I have to listen to the heavier crap. I'm not saying anything bad about Korn. I mean, I listened to them for years and whatnot, but once you get introduced to that heavier genre, you're just like, I'm good now. I'm definitely right in the comments or whatever and whatnot because I'm still trying to think what else to talk about in the podcast, and I have one individual in right now be my co-host. I just got to talk with him and all that, and he knows who he is because we've been talking about him doing the co-hosting and all that for a couple months now since I met him, and we're both very gear-oriented geeks, and I think it would be great to. It's good to have that because you're looking at both different sides of the spectrum and whatnot. Getting two different people. Well, we both love the amps and tube amps and stuff. So you're trying to get that out of us to admit that those aren't good. You're gonna waste your breath. But we've been talking a lot of stuff like that, and I think it'd be really good. And just having to set up just getting the time set up, and it would only be like once a week we would do a podcast because nothing's more boring than having a podcast every day of the week. And I'm trying to think too what else. And I was okay with Discord when I first had it, but it's like having to be the one guy doing 30 different things. It's like I would definitely need someone to hop on Discord and be a moderator and stuff like that. And I only want people to do that. Want people to honor doing that if they really want to, if they're really into that kind of thing, because it's basically a thing. Well, it's not a thankless job because you are being thanked by us, but you just got to deal with all the, potential jerk offs and stuff like that. Hold on. Wow, this. I can't wait to show you guys the rust dust. We'll call it rust stain. Oh, excuse me, rust stains. Oh, almost got you. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get that other bridge because it's all chrome on here and rust. It's chrome and rust. Alrighty. So here she is now. You can see the G and the D were the two worst ones. You can actually kind of see some green in that. So that peg was pretty close to going. There was that one, the A was pretty bad. It was so loose, and the E had a broken washer in it. But let's see, how's the neck doing? She's gonna need a setup. But yeah, I replaced this because it was really bad. I've done all the fret work on this, and she plays like she sounds new. Like, granted, looking at this, it doesn't look new, but to fix that, we are going to oh, fix that. Oh, shit. Gonna put some just making sure I get the head in position. There we go. Gosh, damn it. I'm gonna clean this real quick on the top so we don't get any dust in it. So, using Dunlop 65. Should clean off some of the garbage on it. Ooh, that's bad. Got some heavy scratches. And this body color is gray pewter, so I mean, you're not really gonna get a shine on matte colors. I mean, some people can. I don't know what to use, but I know it's not natural. I might do the dip job on this. I was thinking about doing a liquid dip or hydro dip. That's what they call it on this guitar or one of my guitars. But I think this one would set it fine, would do just fine because I want to do like blue, green, or purple and green, something like that, purple and blue dip. And I just got to find someone that can do it because I don't have the colors. I just don't have the means. I can do the regular stain like kind of stuff on it, but I don't have the means to do any of the other stuff. All right, so got that cleaned. If you guys can see that, look at that. See, it's all clean now. All right, time to slowly install things. Obviously, we're gonna go with the broken one first. Yeah, it's gonna be. You know what I think it would be cool? Just kind of go off subject. I think it'd be cool if they made like black screws, or not black screws. I'm sorry, black frets. Like to be able to. Yeah, it'd just be cool because then like you can like color coordinate your stuff and all that. But then I guess you would take the coloring off of it. But I mean, they have gold frets. Okay. Oop. That. And there's that. That looks freaking cool. Why they made chrome is beyond me. How can we make a guitar look really pathetic? Throw chrome hardware on it with black here and there. I've switched my color coordinations up, and I've been playing. Oh, wow, I have to re-put the glue on that. That pisses me off. Come on. Oh, what is this? Ugh, that was a freak out. Well, now that I was gave me something else to do that I didn't want to do. So, how do you fix nuts? This. Got a little trick that I'm gonna do. Wow, the heat really made this mold out of place. Jeez, criminy. See, like I said, gotta have it for just in case causes. So I have to score it because apparently all the gunk on it wasn't completely coming off. So this is normal. No need to freak out. Here we go. Getting to it. Fuck. I keep dropping this thing. I gotta go clean it up. Gotta take this part of the glue off. And let me sand it real quick. So, sandpaper. I'm using 1600 just to, smooth it out. Okay, hold on. Okay. Well, I ran into a couple of problems already in here. No, you don't need to go in there. There's adhesives in there, buddy. So I'll take this. And something I like to do every once in a while, just to be safe. Take a couple pieces of tape, because you already have it flushed out. Because wood glue, that's what I used on this, dries pretty fast, but at least you have it, you know, sitting. Because when the strings start coming through, you don't want it to go, you know, edge this way, that way. But now it gives you time to go back, maybe go and clean up a couple little stains you might have had. Apologize for any swear words and stuff, but that's what we call shop talk. So now, as you see, we go on to the next one. It doesn't matter which one you grab, you just keep grabbing. Oh, need a marker. So that's on this side too. All right, there we go. The marker, you usually just plot out the pilot holes, but it actually seems like they're lining up. Yeah, it is on the side. Look at that. This don't even look like the same guitar now. I only have 3 tuning pegs on. That's crazy. So we got that. It'll all tighten up once we, you know, get the wrench to it and whatnot. Hank, what are you doing, buddy? Come on. Here. Go get it. Okay, he was not amused. Come on, buddy. Get off the guitar, man. Yeah, definitely comment too, because this is only gonna be a part episode because I'm putting the rest of it on Patreon. Let me know what kind of stuff you want to see. My back and my legs are hurting. Let me know like what kind of videos you like to see. I'm actually gonna make another tier. I was thinking about for $5 where you guys can actually call me and get a one-on-one session to where you can I can help you out with your repairs and stuff. Because I've been really trying to think of more and more ways how I can help out the guitar community, because I love repairs, I love modding, I love guitar. I love guitar just so much that I'm willing to actually help people out over the phone. And doing a podcast, like my life 24/7 is music. I cannot tell you and explain that more than enough. Then that's how much I love music. I know right now times are tough. And asking anyone to just even spare a couple bucks is a lot. That's why I'm trying to make, you know, throwing $2 a month at the channel is enough. You know, you're getting what you want. So, you know, just trying to make it for everybody. That's why I'm like, throw out suggestions. What would you like to see in the channel, kind of thing, you know? Got that one. Look at that. Almost done with this. Well, then, close. I meant getting done as almost got the tuning pegs on. Oh, that's right. Like this whole year, I started practicing sweep picking since the 25 years I've been playing. I've always wanted to get used to that. Like I know some theory, I don't know a lot of theory. Like if you say, "Oh, this is a Mixolydian into a Ionian scale," I couldn't tell you what the hell you're talking about. Like I know the C Ionian scale, like the first 7 scales of it. So like I'll know if I hear it, what scale you're in, and I know how to bounce that in and out of that C scale. But other scales, no, I don't know that. I will be reviewing a new guitar too. I should have done that first, but you know, modding's so much cooler than reviewing yet another guitar. That guitar, I'll tell you why I'm taking such pride in that one out of all of them. Wait a second. What? You gotta be kidding me. I don't have enough screws for this. Wow. They sent me out too many lefts. I gotta tell that company they only sent me out 3 and 3. Great. I know how to get around this. I have Jackson knobs. Well, I'm giving that company a bad review. Oh well, is what it is. At least it's still the same color. It's not the end of the world. Alrighty. It's a bit frustrating, not gonna lie. So, now we go and mark the spots that need to have the screws in, which is, it is what it is. Wow, so technically, they only sent me 2 and they sent me 5. Oh, that's great. That is great. Oh, well. And these are the screws we'll be using. I can't even recommend this company to you because I look what they've done to me, and it's been a month since I've been dealing with them. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend these tuners to anybody. I usually take the fall because I would rather be the one that takes the fall than you guys because I can't do that and recommend. So there's Scheller knockoff tuners or Grover knockoff tuners, and you can find them on eBay. They go for about $30, $37, something like that after everything's done, free shipping. Sometimes you have to pay $5 for shipping. Clearly, they're a Chinese company and all of that. But usually, when I buy, I've dealt with this company before, and they're usually pretty spot on, and they make a lot better products than what are out there. But the courier that delivered this lied and said I didn't put me and the seller didn't put my apartment number on, so he just left it in front of the office and sent me a text, and it almost got stolen. Then I tell this to the guy on eBay, the seller, and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I can't believe this. I have no way of communicating to any of your couriers. It's like it was your courier. So yeah, I'm gonna let the guy know that he screwed up and sent me 5 instead of 7. I don't have a 5-string guitar. I have a 7. I have 2 7s. And yeah, so I got screwed over on that end. I gotta let this dry before I can really start putting the strings on this. But I mean, at least I had another Jackson, and these Jacksons don't really go out of tune. They're very good. So, and later on, I'll just order the ones that I had. I'll just order the Geikers because ones I do recommend, I'll go get them real quick. See these gold and black ones? Oh, see if I can get them a little closer. They're Geikers. These things are amazing. Even with the BS tariffs that are going on, they only go for about, I think, $32 with free shipping. Or no, $32 with like $10 shipping, or you pay $37 with free shipping. I mean, those are the ones I'd recommend because I have them on 2 guitars and they are flawless, literally flawless. But I can't recommend these ones to you, and even if it is saving a few bucks and whatnot. But that's what this channel's for, and that's what I do. Part 2 will be coming up soon, and that'll be more in depth with stringing these babies and whatnot. I got to do it to Randy Rhoads anyway. But alrighty, everybody. Thanks for stopping by and checking this out. Part 2 will be on Patreon, so definitely check that out. Let me know. Take it easy, everybody.